Speaking for the entire county, serving Dillon, Latta, and Lakeview by covering our local news and upcoming events. Please join us now for Chamber Moments.
Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lewis. Today I have as my guest Pat Patton. And Pat, we've known each other for many, many years.
Yes, we have.
It's great to see you again.
Thank you.
And
great to see you.
He was with Bell South. Can we remember that? Ma Bell.
It was Ma Bell for the longest time. It was Southern Bell, then
Right.
Bell South, and then AT&T. But
yeah, but we're glad to have you back in this area.
Thank
But
you.
You're here not to talk about telephones,
No.
but something very important. We have a coin show, I believe, coming to the Florence area, the PD area.
it's the PD area coin show, and there's only one coin club that I'm aware of in the PD's PD Coin Club, and that we put on a show once a year. And of course, Dillon's right in the heart of the PD, so obviously I appreciate you help sharing the word for us. But it's going to be on October the 9th, which is a Saturday. It's going to be from 9 to 5 at Florence Darlington Tech in the SIMT building, 1951 Pisgah Road.
Right.
So those are the details about the show itself. Have about 20 dealers there, and there'll be 300 or 400 people probably that come by to check it out.
Now, do you buy a ticket for all day, or how does that work?
There's no charge to come.
Oh, okay.
No charge. There's no charge to park. You just come and stay as little or as long as you want to. We'll have people that come there that are avid coin collectors, and we'll have people that come by and say, what the heck is a coin show? Let me just go check it out and see what there is. But you know, you will have people that come and with some old coins to have one of the dealers appraise it for them or offer them an amount of money for old coins that your grandparents might have left you or something like that. We'll have people that come looking for Christmas presents, maybe for, you know, a young person. You might want to buy a proof set of the half, the quarter, nickel, dime, penny for a grandchild or something for a nice little unique Christmas gift. We'll have other people that come just, like I say, out of curiosity. But there'll be something there for everybody. In fact, for children, we'll have there's a little display for nothing but kids. And maybe you could pretend to be a kid. You know, you could come in and be little or something. But anyway, you can spin a wheel and you land on something, and every child takes home a coin, and every child takes home some other little piece of coin trivia type of thing.
And it's a learning experience also, too, right?
It's a learning experience. My connection to it is just the historical piece of it. I just love buying a coin or looking at a coin that was made a long time ago and thinking, now who had that in their pocket, or how did this thing survive all these years, or whatever. It's just the historical part of it, and a little bit of it also is the treasure hunt. If you're trying to put together a certain type of set, and you go looking for a certain date or a certain type of coin, it's a little bit like a treasure hunt. And then when you get it, you say, well, I've done that one now, maybe I better try something else.
Okay.
So,
well, when we talk about coins, how about paper currency or anything paper?
Yes.
Is that part of the coin show?
Thank you for asking. There will be dealers there that concentrate in currency. There'll be dealers there that concentrate in world coins, and also some that have some ancient coins back from biblical times.
And I think you have a few of those. There's a couple great stories you have. Can you kind of share that with our viewers?
I'll be glad to do that. One of the coins mentioned in the Bible is the widow's mite. And you probably can't see it up close on the television, but this has been certified to be the real deal. And a widow's mite was a very, very small coin back in that day. And the Bible story is that during the worship services that a widow put in 2 of these coins, and that's all she had. And Jesus said she put in more than anybody. And getting those chills again.
I know, yeah.
But they said, well, Master, people put in a lot more money than that. Why do you say she gave the most? And he said, well, they gave out of their wealth. She gave out of her poverty. She gave everything she had. There might have been food to buy, or money to buy flour and something to make a loaf of bread. Then another one I've got is the one where they tried to trick Jesus, and they said, should we give money to Caesar? And he said, show me whose image is on the coin. And this was the type of coin he was talking about. It's a denarius. And the Caesar at the time was Tiberius. And he said, whose image is on the coin? And they said, Caesar's. He said, well, then give unto Caesar what is Caesar, give unto God what is God's. And that perplexed them and confused them, and they went away. But he just knew they were trying to trick him, and that was his response. And then the third one I've got from the standpoint of biblical coins is the shekel, and this is one I'm most proud of. This is the type of coin that made up the 30 pieces of silver. And it's also the one referenced in the Bible where Jesus and Peter were going to the temple and had to pay the temple tax, didn't have any money. Jesus told Peter to put his line in on a certain side of the boat, and the first fish he caught would have a large coin in his mouth. So he pulled in the fish, and it had this type of coin. Now, I'm not saying this is the coin that was in the fish's mouth, but it could have been. So just the historical aspect, and I was talking with a pastor just a few minutes ago about it, and he said that's a really incredible story that these kind of things still exist, and that you can reference something from the Bible. It kind of makes it even more real than it already is.
Exactly. Okay, let's tell our viewers again the date, the location, the time, and encourage them if they have some coins to bring them. Also, just come and have a learning experience.
Just come for a couple hours, and just bring your grandkids with you, or bring a neighbor with you. I assure you'll have a good time. October the 9th, it's a Saturday, 9 to 5, Florence Darlington Tech's SIMT building. That's the new building in the back. It's 1951 Pisgah Road.
I think you can turn at the red light before you get to...
You turn right beside the farmer's market off Highway 52, and you go back in there for a mile or so, and it's back there.
Okay. Will you come back again?
I'll come back anytime you let me come.
Wonderful, wonderful. Look forward to it again, and bring me some updates about the coin show.
And I'll bring you some different coins to look at.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Johnny Lewis with Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lewis. Today I have as my guest Tanika Moultrie, and she's originally from Dillon County, moved away, and has returned. But the one thing that interested me the most, she was a majorette, and she has a majorette dance team, and we were talking a little bit about that. So welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about a majorette dance troupe competition group. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so we're a competing traveling dance group. We travel to different states to compete for trophies, certificates, anything of that nature. We have fun with the girls. They all ranging from ages 5 to 19. It's just fun. They compete and it's exciting.
Well, I think you told me you had been a majorette, or you were in the band, and you're originally from Dillon, right?
Yes, so I was on the Dillon High School marching band with Mr. Wright. So, he was a tough one.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So I was a dancer there. And
so how many years were you a majorette with him?
2 years. I came down here for my sophomore year, and I was on the band my junior year, my senior year.
Okay. And that's kind of like where your interest grew and everything, that you wanted to go back and come back and be able to do this? And
yes.
Now, your program also is more than just a competition and going places. Tell me a little bit more about your program.
So we are also an empowering group. We reach out to the youth. We do social events. We have bonding experiences, social events with the girls and the young guys as well. So we do fun things. We go out to eat. We have lock-ins and all that stuff. So
name of your business?
Devastating Dancing Divas.
Okay, and located?
We're on 103 North Railroad Avenue here in Dillon, right off of Main Street.
Okay. Now, are you accepting new members?
We are. After April 24th, we compete. So after that date, we'll be open for registration to take new girls and boys from ages 5 to 19.
Okay. And I think you told me you even had parent competitions too?
We do some competitions. They have parent and coaches stand battles. So the parents and the coaches get out there and dance. And it's always exciting for the kids. They love to see their parents and the coaches dance and battle while they're cheering them on.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about your mentoring program. What do you do with the kids?
So, we assist them with their virtual learning. We do tutoring, even for the dancers. They have to maintain a C average and ought to dance and to compete. So I ask for progress reports whenever they come through, and we do community service
projects,
things. Different things, and we go to the churches. We do different things there. And, just kind of support each other. Each dancer, they have a little sister. The senior team, they have a little sister that they have to look out and make sure they're good when we go away. That's who they have to care for. They got to take care of that. Even though we're there, but they still have to assist. And it's just good. The little ones love it because they like their big sisters. So that's what we call them.
Okay. And I think your daughter helps you with this?
She does. My daughter is 11. So she's been dancing since she was 3. And
she's a big sister.
She's a big sister, yes. And she helps a lot.
Okay, now do you take folks from outside the county, say in Marion or Marlboro County?
We do. We take anybody, so any youth. So it's open to the public, any age from 5 to 19, any place, it does not matter.
Okay. Tell us again how to reach you and your hours of operation.
So our hours are different for operation, but we do practice. It's broken down with the minis and juniors, as I explained, and the seniors. So the juniors might practice Monday, seniors Tuesday. So it varies, but I always let the parents know in advance.
Right.
So it's Monday through Saturday. We don't practice on Sundays. And we're right here located 103 North Railroad Avenue here in Dillon. My number is 201-428-7183. And I'm Tamika, the coach and director. So I can be reached at that number, 201-428-7183.
Thank you, Tamika.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm Johnny Lewis for Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lewis. Today I have as my guest Jackie Thomas, and Jackie's here to talk about our festival. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, when I think of the Dillon Festival, I always think of food. Do we have good food this year?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We have great food. You know, Elder from Edwards from over in Lakeview,
Miracle Temple.
Yes. He's going to have that great barbecue, chicken barbecue, turkey barbecue, and also those huge turkey legs.
They look like they're on like steroids or something like that. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Now, I also like something kind of cold because it's usually a hot day. Will we have some kind of different flavored drinks and ice drinks and stuff like that? Will we have those?
Yeah, we're going to have Kona ice, it's a shaved ice, different flavors.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Also, we're going to have the Sunshine Creations.
Oh, yes. Okay. Now, she does like ice things on a stick or something like that. Frozen bananas on a stick,
right.
dipped in chocolate and everything like this.
Also, they have those funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes and everything, yeah. And I think you told me that somebody's bringing fried Oreos or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's the D&G concessions. Yes.
Now, we have one of our local restaurants that's going to be there, right? Southern Fried?
Southern Fried, yeah. And they're going to be having chicken bog and a lot of other different things.
And how about seafood? Because you know I like seafood.
Well, BJ's Krusty Krab.
Okay.
They'll be having the seafood.
Okay, and some fried fish. Have we got some of that coming from Quick Serve or something like that? Aren't they coming with fried fish and wing plates, I believe. We're going to have all of that, yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah.
So we have a new one this year that we were talking about, candy apples and some different kind of maybe chocolate strawberries and stuff like this. So that'll be fun. And that'll be in the children's area, I believe. It's a new one you were telling me about.
Yes.
Now, let's talk a little bit about our other vendors. Who all do we have?
Okay, we're going to have the Dillon Lions Club,
Okay, they're going to sell our brooms.
Sell the brooms,
okay,
yes.
Very good.
And they're going to have people airbrushing license tags.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I like jewelry. Have we got any jewelry coming this year?
Yes, EJB Jewelry is handmade jewelry. And also Birch Crafts is going to be here.
Okay, and Tupperware, because we always need some of that. I think we have that scheduled for this year too.
That's Blue Rain Boutique?
That's some clothing. That's a new one. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think we have Tupperware too. We have clothing, Tupperware, and face painting for the kids. That's back again this year.
That's good. They'll like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, starting off in the morning, we usually have the police department and the National Anthem. Who is all going to be here for that?
Oh, James is going to be doing the invocation.
Okay, James Bryant, and I think he has the car show too that he'll be doing with.
He's going to be doing the car show.
And Barbara Causey, I believe, is going to be doing the National Anthem again this year.
Yes, beautiful singer.
Yes, definitely.
Very beautiful.
And then the police will, of course, do the parade of colors. They'll have the American flag and state flag, and which will be absolutely gorgeous again. It's a beautiful, beautiful ceremony they do.
Yes.
So you've worked very hard on this festival. You've got it going. I know you're excited.
Very much so, especially since we didn't have it last year.
Yeah, definitely. And then we had to, I think you were telling me we had to kind of cut it down in size because of everything that's happened.
More than half.
And we're limited in the number, like you said, only 34 vendors.
Yes.
And I liked your idea about sticking with local vendors first and then outside of it like a 30-mile radius, and especially people that had been with us for many years.
Yes.
And that's what was so good about that y'all worked so hard on pulling in Dillon County residents and Dillon County businesses and Dillon County nonprofits to be a part of our festival. And we do appreciate what you did on that. Thank you so much,
Thank
Jackie.
you too, Johnny.
Really
I appreciate you too very much.
So the date of the festival?
Is April 24th. starting at 9 a.m.
10 o'clock, that's right. They're setting up from 7 to 10, and then there's a band afterwards at 6 o'clock. True Soul?
True Soul.
I think they'll be here, and they have kind of a Dillon County connection, too. Some of the members of it are from Dillon County originally.
Wow.
So we're glad to have them back home.
Okay.
So we will be looking for everybody, and
Yes.
thank you again for all your hard work for this festival, and we're looking forward to it.
Appreciate you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay.
I'm Johnny Lewis. Thank you for joining Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lewis. Today I have as my guest Reverend James Orr, and we're going to talk about National Day of Prayer, I believe.
That's correct. The National Day of Prayer is coming up the first Thursday of May every year, and again, we'll be participating in it as we have through the Dillon County Christian Ministers Alliance over the last, I guess this is our 7th year in a row now that we've been participating in this. It'll be at the on the grounds of the Dillon County Courthouse, as always. We've got a full lineup of speakers and music. When I say speakers, I really mean prayers.
Okay.
So.
Are you going to emphasize any particular prayers this time? Or?
Actually, we are. I actually brought a little bit of information with me, and if you'll forgive me for just a moment so I don't forget anything, the theme this year is to pour out your love, life, and liberty, which is based on 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. And then we will have prayers, for instance, Jamie Arnett of Dillon First will be emphasizing the importance of prayer, and then we'll have scripture reading. Bishop H.B. Drake will be doing prayer of forgiveness. Dr. Orlando McCauley will be praying for the churches. Bishop Joe Grice, law enforcement. We have a varied lineup denominationally, racially, and doing that. And in fact, this is not completely set. I'm hoping, in fact, I've got a meeting tomorrow. I'm hoping for a special guest, a U.S. Army chaplain from Fort Bragg that I know. I have lunch with him tomorrow, and we're trying to work his schedule out so he can come and participate and speak about this.
Okay, and now you're encouraging the community to come out and join you. Is that
Yes,
correct?
we are. Of course, those of you, we know we're still dealing with the issues of the pandemic and everything. So if you want to bring your mask, or if you've, of course, if you've been vaccinated and take due precautions and that sort of thing, and we understand all that. And yet there is plenty of room. It's all outdoors. We'll have a sound system set up, and so we hope that they will come, because the last prayer is a prayer of a community prayer, allowing everyone there to participate and to pray in doing that. We will also be having prayers of, in fact, your husband, Brother Don, is going to be leading us in physical healing, and then Reverend Drusilla Harbin will be leading us in a prayer for national healing. And so we're thankful for that. Given the times that we're in, we certainly need all the prayer we can get.
Okay. If folks want to come, where's about? On the front or the back of the
We'll be at the
courthouse?
front of the courthouse. You won't miss us. We'll be across from the IGA there, and we will be set up at the front. Plenty of room there around the flags and everything. Lots of parking up and down Main Street, and of course beside the courthouse.
And if somebody has problems standing for any length of time, can they bring a chair?
Yes,
Like
we encourage people to bring a chair in doing that. There are really no benches or anything
Right.
out there, so they would have to provide that for themselves in doing that. But it is handicap accessible, so if somebody were in a wheelchair or something like that, certainly we would love to have them there.
And what time does it begin?
It begins at noon, and it is scheduled to go for 45 minutes to an hour. You see, I gave a little window there because you never know how long a prayer will last and what spirit folks will be in. So, but and of course, we never want to quench the spirit of prayer, so it will go as long as we need to go. But right now, it's scheduled to go 45 minutes to an hour.
And folks can come and go as they
Yes,
need
they
to,
do.
is that right?
In fact, a couple of our folks are bivocational pastors, and they will be coming on their lunch break. So you may be one of those people to come in on your lunch break, stay as long as you can, and participate, and then leave.
Okay, let's tell our viewers again the time, location.
The location is the Dillon County Courthouse. This will be on the first Thursday in May. And it will start at noon, and we look forward to welcoming you there and welcoming you to your prayers to join with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
I'm Johnny Lors with Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lors. Today I have as my guest Don Lors, a local meteorologist. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, but I want to talk to you about hurricanes.
Yeah, hurricane season is not too far away. It officially begins on June 1st, and that means we're getting very close to the opening of hurricane season. Of course, we've seen in recent years, and even years back in history, occasionally we get a storm before the official start. But most of our activity is centered in the actual hurricane season of June 1st through November 30th.
Okay. What are the predictions for this year?
Well, they are beginning to come out now, and it seems pretty uniform that most everyone's predicting a busier than normal hurricane season overall. And the reasons for that are pretty hard to argue with. The winds aloft, winds high in the atmosphere, are expected to be in a pattern where they're lighter than normal. That means the storms that do develop will have less interference, or shears we call it, that tears them apart. That means the storms will be allowed to develop more easily this coming hurricane season, we think, and that of course will translate to a higher number of storms that survive the normal process of a storm development. So the number of storms will be higher than normal, and unfortunately it looks like the most likely paths for storms will have the east coast of the U.S., including perhaps especially the Carolinas, as a focal point for areas of prime concern this year. So it doesn't mean that we're going to get hit by a hurricane, but it means probably our statistical chances are higher than most years.
Okay. What about the naming of the storms this year? There's been a couple changes about that.
There have been some changes. Some names got retired, so you'll see some of the names drop off. Some of the bigger storms we had last year that caused a lot of damage will be retired, and a new name will take its place, much like a famous storm here, Hurricane Hugo, back in 1989, got retired, and Hurricane Umberto was a new name for Hugo. So that's been done for several storms last year, and also we ran out of the official list of names last year. There's 21 names on that list because we skip a few letters in the alphabet, and the pattern that we had been in was using the Greek alphabet after that. They decided against that. People did not like the Greek alphabet, so that got voted down, and now we're going to use just an extension of new names after the run through the 21. I hope that's not an issue this year. It could easily be, because storm predictions are for a higher than normal year of flirting with 20. So if there's only 21 names, you're getting pretty close.
Okay. And is now a good time to start checking into insurance and getting prepared for hurricane season?
That's probably the most important message, because even if we have a higher than normal number of storms, it doesn't mean you're going to get hit. But there's always examples back in history. Probably the one in my mind most is 1992. We had a really slow year that year. I think we had 4 hurricanes and very few named storms in addition to that. But that also was the year of Hurricane Andrew. So for folks that lived in South Florida, it was a very slow year overall, but it certainly was a memorable and devastating year for Southern Florida. So every year you have to be prepared, and you need to go through the usual things. You mentioned, for example, making sure your insurance is up to date and you haven't had any lapses in that, because that's something you cannot do at the last minute. And also just think about, again, starting to get your mind in that frame mind of what would you do if a storm did begin to threaten us, and have a plan in mind for that for you and your family.
Okay. What about medical needs? What's going on that front?
Well, medical needs, of course, I'm with Agape Care, a hospice company here in the Carolinas, and I just like to get the message out there, especially during this COVID year we're still coming out of, where people maybe haven't been seeing their doctor as often as they usually do, or trying to avoid hospitals and doctors, but are struggling with an illness that we can help them with. The illnesses that we can help with are folks that have an illness that is beyond the point of being curable, but they still want to control their quality of life, keep it as high as they can, and control any symptoms. We're talking about advanced lung disease, advanced heart disease, advanced dementia, cancer that's gotten beyond the point of being treatable. Anything like that, we can come in and help with, and it really makes a change for the better in the time that those people do have left, and no one knows how long that time is, so we don't focus too much on that. We focus on what we do to make today a good day, and then do it day by day like that.
Okay, and are you available to speak at different organizations and churches and groups and all?
Absolutely, on either topic, either hospice or hurricane season or other weather topics. I'd love to come out and talk, and just a quick phone call to the chamber with you can get in touch with me, or my number is 843-506-2067.
Okay, thank you, Don.
You're welcome.
I'm Johnny Lures with Chamber Moments. Hello, welcome to Chamber Moments. I'm Johnny Lures. Today I have as my guest Pat Laird, and Pat, I think we're going to talk about something that we've been having for a couple years now, and it's coming back.
This will be about our 5th year now, Johnny. We started and did a couple farmers markets around the courthouse, and then the next year. So this is going to be really our 4th full year of markets.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the market. Where is it going to be located this year?
Okay, the market is still going to be in the same place. It's going to be on the South Plaza, right across from the train station there on the corner of Main and Railroad.
Okay.
And it's the 2nd Monday. So our first market will be May the 10th. And it's from 4 to 7.
4 to 7. Now, how about the vendors? Because I know last year that the COVID played a role in what we could do.
Right. We're still gonna have some social distancing. We're gonna ask people to wear masks still. And I know it's hot, but but we're still going to be trying to go with those protocols.
Okay. And the different vendors again this year?
Yeah, we have the same vendors, and I've had a few that have contacted me that have never been here before. So I'm really excited about our vendor variety for this coming year.
All right. Now, I know you've taught sometime in the past we've had like a prepared food vendor. Are you going to be able to reintroduce that back again this year?
We're going to try, and what I'm going to try to do is to have a food truck at every market, just one at every market. So, but we're working on that now. Since things have relaxed a little bit with COVID, hopefully we'll be able to have a prepared food vendor at each market.
Will you have a theme again each
We
month?
are. In fact, the theme for May is going to be Reading is Fun, and we'll also be celebrating Women's Health Care Month.
Okay.
So the hospital will be there with some information on women's health care.
Okay. If anybody would like information about being a vendor at the market or about the vendors coming, how would they find out?
Okay. You can go on the Dillon County Health Initiative website, or also you can call me at 843-845-2875.
Or call the chamber.
Or call the chamber.
Okay. Thank you, Pat. Let's tell our viewers again the starting date and the time and location.
May 10th is the first market from 4 to 7 on the South Plaza.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Johnny Lures with Chamber Moments.